Alright, what's up everybody? I'm back with some Torchlight. I started this character a few days ago and got to Timemark 7 within the day, and I've just been trying to get a certain craft to get this build some real damage. I need to change this additional projectile damage into sentry quantity, but I'm struggling to get this kind of currency. This is like 120 FE per try, and then on top of that I'm trying to get physical damage here instead of attack speed. I'm trying to swap this to gear fizz and this into fizz or lightning damage. Now that's our only priceless gear, so this build can go way further. This is the kind of item I was using up until I bought this item as just the base with the base affix, and then I crafted 4 mods onto it, a tier 1 and a tier 2 additional projectile and the projectile. Those 4 together was enough for me to clear the 7 Traveler and start doing Timemark 8s, which I'll show you. I would like to get a Vorax necklace with the Frostbolt penetration mod and the Mercurial Torment additional damage mod. These two would be perfect together. I also wanted to try to just get the numbed effect with that penetration so I can free up a unique slot, but it's going to be pretty hard to do. Our current uniques look like this. I've just been trying to min-max stuff. You're going to want the additional damage to be the corrosion here. And then we have that corrosion there. Tag skill level on our belt. Rings are just basically for resist and frostbite. And then this gives us a little bit of resist and damage. Nothing too special. And we're still waiting to craft some of these rings. I've just been trying to do the bow first since we need the real damage. Here is our current setup for hero traits. We're going with electroplated motif for additional numbed effect, wild lightning for additional numbed effect for every move speed, charging equation to trigger feline figure on numbed enemies, which procs even more numbed. It multiplies the numbed effect even further by 30%. So that's been really strong, especially when I go into our passives. And then you're looking for damage and skill area for your hero memories. And I have evasion on one of these since we do have some evasion gear. Our skills look like this. This is a cheap max damage setup. I've already checked everything. This is the best possible setup, although you're gonna want level 21 and to max level these as soon as possible. So we're using force start to get that charge immediately when our energy shield hits 91%, and it can't be interrupted by damage for 1 second. Also gives us some armor when it goes off. Centralized loading is the best movement skill in the game for this build because it gives us projectile damage. I really like it. And we also get evasion rating per use, and we get move speed, which in turn becomes numbed effect, so that's very good. Aim, I don't think I like it because the additional movement speed reduction. However, we do get a bunch of additional damage, so it probably rounds out to being more damage. We're already sitting at a baseline of 416-ish numbed effect, so that little bit of extra being lost isn't gonna hurt too much. And we use timid for that hit damage. Electric conversion, we're using the precise version, so we get the additional lightning damage. We have domain expansion for area damage. Frigid domain gives us cold damage against enemies that are near, and precise projectiles gives us additional projectile damage. You're gonna want to try to get precise versions of all these, but that's the setup I have so far. Those are gonna be more expensive. Passive tree is looking kind of like this, and we of course went with sentry and overly modified here. I went with shared fate here, so we didn't need the activation medium, which is what I was using for a bit. Co-resonance is good, but I don't think we pick up enough attack speed for it to matter. Plus we get a bunch of additional sentry damage here. This is an obvious one you have to have off the beaten track in pretty much any build. And Assassin, we're using Conductive to change the base effect of Numbed from increased lightning damage taken to additional lightning damage taken. I believe this is a more multiplier, and because of all the Numbed effect we get, this is really, really crazy. We're getting like, I want to say 400% more damage here, roughly. And we pick up all these passives. About 30 points here, 26 here, which there's more I can fill out within the levels 90 to 100. This is our statue of the new god. Our one regular slate is looking like this. I just wanted a bunch of damage. This gives us a bunch of additional damage and additional damage taken reduction. This is nice because it gives us some resist, not much, but a little bit. Frostbite rating, which is nice, that increases cold damage taken. And we get cold and lightning infiltration from penetrating here, which gives us 16% additional elemental damage for each type of infiltration. So that's decent. We were getting a little bit more when we had some fire damage in the build, but I don't think that's necessary. The 8% additional isn't going to be all that much different. Here's some of our other little slates. I really like having this as energy shield and life. These are amazing. And you can see what I have here on both of these as well. And then this one, just additional base damage and regain. The regain is important. It keeps us topped up while we're mapping. Last thing I want to go over. So we're going with Iron Lion here, Hell Cavalry, Muffled Thunder, and this guy. This is giving us max frostbite rating and cold pen. This gives us lightning pen, and we change the attack and cast speed. And this gives us just projectile damage, but we also get projectile quantity here from this. So we're stacking a ton of numbed effect here, and we're also grabbing a couple of these as restore energy shield on defeat. Yeah, so we get 0.5% of our energy shield back for every kill. That's nice. The rest are all numbed effect, and I still need to put 4 more micros in. Although I don't think I have any more slots I want to remove besides this one. Yeah. So I'm only putting 1 more in. So for drop Pactspirits, I've been doing my cube one, but I only have the base version, so we don't get much out of it. It's very good if you have it fully maxed though. And I just like cubes, so this is what I like to run for the most part, with some flame fueled drop quantity as my main. I have a few other things to proc, but they're nothing special. I only have the base version of anything. We don't get a whole lot of currency playing this. Now, I'm gonna show you guys a Timemark 8. We probably will die, but just know it's because I need to get my other gear to tier 1 or tier 0, and they're currently just tier 2. Which isn't good enough for Timemark 8. Enjoy the showcase, I hope you like the build, and I'll show you Timemark 7 2 after this, just so you can see you can like kind of farm up there to get to here. Enjoy. So there's a time mark 8. You can see we die a few times. Things are just a little rough. You can run them clearly. If the bow was a lot better, you could run it pretty easily. Having the 2 extra sentries would be a huge DPS bonus. I don't have that. I'm not getting that anytime soon, so let's drop it down a little. Show you guys what this looks like. Obviously it's going to be a lot better, but I just want to show it so you know. So there you have it. That's my Einharjar Erika 2. It's relatively cheap to get going, but pretty expensive to top off. I'm probably going to keep playing this here and there, and if I push it into Profound or whatever, I'm going to show you guys. I'm probably going to get there eventually. It's just taking a lot longer because I don't have any good drop Pactspirits. I hope you guys like the build and see the potential. If you do, please like the video and maybe consider subscribing, because I'll be doing niche builds like this pretty much any ARPG. Yeah, see ya.